What is good? Welcome back. Welcome back to the channel, guys. Welcome back to Cryptocurrency Theory because we are live every single second of every single day. Even though if we're not in live form, we're technically always on here. So pick your battles, choose your battles wisely, you stupid fucks. For all you haters leaving comments, we are live on the channel. So, what was the plan here? What was I gonna do? Oh shit, we're already live? Oops. Didn't look again. Oopsie daisy. Oopsie daisy. So we'll give you a minute to get on down here. We know everybody rushes down here when we see us on the live stream, and we actually love the fact that you come down on a regular basis, guys, and checking us out what we're doing here on the channel. And opening up the nightly stream on Cryptocurrency Theory, everyone. Let me just fix my hairdo here, make sure we're broadcast safe ready to answer your questions. We'll go through some comments here. Go through some of the news here, some transpiring news here at the moment. Check out prices. And if you feel that the live stream is going in that direction, guys, I got my QR code in the top right corner. You can always send me a micro. Appreciate everybody doing that, even though I got another wallet on my phone here, so I actually need to put in that seed phrase on my other wallet there so I can see if you guys have been sending me any tips. He works for tips. He works for tips. Oh, you send the tips, and I work for tips. That's how that works. All right, guys. Hope you're doing well. Happy Saturday evening to you. Happy Saturday. Got a live stream going here. We'll go through some stuff here. I wanted to jump into some of this stuff. We got some unfolding news. I wouldn't call it. It's not too important, but nonetheless, stuff we can check out here. I'll just fix something here and we'll get on here. Oh. Right. Give me a minute to get down here. I know it's kind of random, so you know. When you're least expecting it, right? When you're least expecting it. That's kind of how we roll here on the channel. And it's a good place to there we go, good place to start right there. Right on Cryptocurrency Theory. Great place to start, guys. Are we even live on this motherfucker? Let me check, see, make sure we're good to go. See if my favorite people have been coming down. We haven't been live too frequently here, but life's not over. Life's not over. So, ba-da-bo, ba-da-bo. Lisa, how you doing? Welcome back, fool. I got on here for you. Cock meat sandwich, yeah. Yeah, I've eaten a few cock meat sandwiches in my day. It happens when money's not good, but it's only temporary, guys. You know what the funny part is it doesn't matter if. Here's kind of the funny part about if things aren't good. It doesn't end, so you either make it better or you stay in the trenches. So I recommend you do that. And I recommend if you're not doing good, to do better, make yourself better. That's the only way we're going to get anywhere with any of this stuff, is if we keep on keeping on. But that doesn't mean start moving on. A lot of people miss. They missed what it is they should be doing. What I mean by that is they think because they're moving around a lot that they're getting a lot done. But guys, that's the thing is I can move around all day. I can go get on a workout bike. You know, one of those bikes, and you sit there and you act like you're riding a bike, but you're staying still. I'm not going anywhere. So just don't confuse with the idea of movement with progress. Just because you're moving a lot doesn't mean you're getting a lot done, right? Spent a lot of my years moving around too much and not getting anything really accomplished. So I guess what I'm trying to say here, guys, is if it's not going good, make it go better. That's about all you're going to be able to do, right? That's about all you're going to be able to do. That's what we do here on the channel, guys. You know, things aren't great all the time. The economy's not great all the time. But when it is great, Everybody's complacent, everybody's, yay, everything's good. But it's when the times aren't good and you find a way when there's no way that you end up making it when nobody else thought you could. And that's what I recommend you guys and girls do. And what I mean by that is, um, just try. Just try to make the simple fact that you put in the attempt, the effort. It does go a long way. So just my little food for thought before we get going here. Looks like some people are joining in the chat. Welcome, guys. If you have never joined us here on the live stream, welcome to Cryptocurrency Theory, guys. And it's getting a bit warm in here. I don't like to take my shirt off, but we'll try to not sweat too much here and actually get a stream going, right? Right. So, what were we talking about? Crypto? What were we talking about? We were talking about life. We were talking about everything in between. And we were talking about Bitcoin Cash at $360, guys. Can you believe it? I mean, really? Can you honestly believe it? I don't think a lot of people can. And I'll tell you why, because we were talking about it here in the videos. A lot of people got in at that higher level, right? A lot of people came in at that $600 range, close to $700. They started jumping in. We had the Cryptocurrency Theory, we had the Ethan Invest, we had the Caesars, the Bitcoin Cash podcast. We were all talking about it. But we also were saying here, a lot of us were saying, hey, don't come in right this second, maybe take that amount and space it over the next 3 months. But I think what we've came to the conclusion, at least what I have on the channel, is we've actually had some people stick around, which is great. Because a lot of times, guys, when these coins when they go up very abruptly, almost out of nowhere, with no rhyme or reason on why they're going up, we don't really see that there's a reason, right? We didn't really know why it was going up. I mean, a lot of people say, oh, it was because of the upgrade coming, or it was because last year it was because they listed on the EDX exchange. There's always these chain of everybody's opinion on why it's going up. But at the end of the day, it was a bit random, right? There was not really one reason that the coins went up. They kind of just, it went up very fast. And what we could assume by that is because it went up so fast, that there was going to be some rocky road ahead for people that jumped in. Now, if you're one of these people and you're still around, hats off to you, because this is what it's going to take for you to get into cryptocurrency. It's going to take the ability to handle the volatility on the downside. You're not going to just be able to, that's what we did with a short video today. When the market is good conditions in the market, when the whole market is going through a thing where it's very fast, right? It's very it's very euphoric. It's easy to get sucked in, right? And that's when the conditions are very good for people to want to come in. But it's when those conditions flip, and those same people, or some people, I would say some, probably more an accurate statement, some people, not most people. It's when those people stay and they keep buying, or maybe if they don't have a position to buy, they at least hold on. They don't just sell like a bitch, right? Like a sellout, as they call it, right? Because that is what's going to condition you guys for the longevity of crypto. And CZ said, our good man CZ sitting in the prison slammer right now. He's getting out, I believe, I think next month, actually. Not that that's when the prices are going to go up. But we need to watch that data, because I think that, Binance has always been a driver for the crypto market. Binance has always been, I say crypto market, I don't say the Bitcoin market, obviously. But we need to watch that data point, guys, because when CZ gets out, even though he's not taking a frontline role in his Binance crypto exchange, we just have to watch certain timelines to see how they pan out in terms of the crypto prices. Now, speaking of prices, Let's hop in here to the prices. Got a video that I want to, I'll get out here at some point, maybe tonight or in the morning time, a couple hours here. We're going to drop a video here about why Zcash is doing so darn good. Somebody dropped it in the channel, and thank you for doing that, whoever that was, because I actually was kind of, sometimes I do these videos, guys, and by the time I sit down and finally just do the, try to make the audio a little bit better, I forget what the damn video is about. But whoever dropped the comment that Zcash is holding up the market, it looks to be the case. And I don't mean literally holding up the crypto market, guys. Zcash, to be fair, let me just pull it up here in CoinMarketCap here. Zcash, to be fair, guys, is basically a pretty small market cap coin in comparison to other markets. Every crypto blockchain is its own market, not to be confused with every token or quote unquote Austin Powers fingers, quote unquote, coins that are out there, because we all know that there's actually not that many coins actually out there. There's a bunch of tokens out there. There's not actually too many crypto coins. There's not too many blockchains. I mean, there's quite a few comparatively to where 5 years ago we had, Ethereum, Litecoin, Bitcoin, and a handful of others. Now there's a lot more. But at the same time, not all these tokens that everybody claims are coins are indeed coins. So what I'm saying is when we have a red day or a red week, it's hard to say red week here since everything's picked up so much. But when we have these red weeks, or these weeks where the volatility is, for instance, Bitcoin Cash, the volatility's been on Bitcoin Cash has been 20% over the last week. It fell down, it went up 20%, it came down under where that 20% is. So you could theoretically say the volatility is in between 20 and 30% on the week charts, right? So when we take that application and we look at the mathematics behind this stuff, which, we're not sitting here calculating it, but we're kind of coming to a general consensus that there is some type of mathematical formulation formula that is taking place outside of just what we see as a front-end user. We can kind of say, okay, well, the market's going down 20% broadly, BTC obviously is, the volatility is less, but I'm saying the general altcoin market is pretty volatile, right? 20, 30%, give or take a little bit. But we see some coins like, today I saw a Grosvenor coin, which nobody probably really knows that coin. Maybe you do. But Zcash, they were actually up today. Zcash was hovering around $32, $33. Now, it wouldn't be too interesting, guys, to me if Zcash, it wouldn't be so interesting if Zcash wasn't at a yearly high rather than, just in line with the volatility down, right? That's what we see. A lot of these coins tend to, BTC or Ethereum will go down, the altcoin market will go down more. The price on Bitcoin, BTC will go up. Those same coins will go up. So it's not really a valid statement to say that that happens all the time, because today would have been the exception, right? We saw Zcash still hovering around a yearly high, right? I mean, you say a yearly high, but when we look at Zcash on the yearly chart, which I'm going to pull it up in a second here, but it's not really up that much. I don't even know if it's up at all. It might be like, just level, but I know for a fact, yeah, it's up 9% for the year, but it's been up and down between $20 and $30, which is actually quite a bit, really, because that's actually, we're starting to go into the range of like 50% volatility on Zcash. And I was running the charts on Zcash, ZC or ZSHC or ZCSH, the Grayscale Holding Trust for Zcash. They launched, I think, 2 years ago. And surprisingly, that's not moving all too well. That's not moving all too well. We're not, I say not too well, not in line with the actual Zcash coin, right? So it's good to pull these data points, guys, because when we just kind of generalize things, that's one thing. But when we actually start finding where the gaps are, finding where you know, the stuff that is moving that's not being talked about, that's what we want to find. I mean, that's really the whole idea of crypto, placing yourself in a good trade or a long-term bet on a coin is going to be those moonshot positions that you're getting in when nobody's looking. You know, it was like, you know, I saw some people have been directing me to a video on somebody that was talking about Solana being a scam. Like we were talking about that back in February, guys. So now the general crypto community, and I'm not saying that this person is the general crypto community. This person made a great video that I haven't even fully watched, but I've been getting comments about this Solana video about Solana being a scam. And this person, I briefly went through it, just because, you know, that's all I looked at it. And basically, you know, they went through and they were talking about, you know, just some of these volumes plain in sight, not making any sense. So my point is like, though, like the time to get in Solana was back a year and a half ago when nobody was talking about it, right? It crashed down to $9 when we were talking to you guys on the channel. We were saying, hey, if you want to get into Solana, you should do it now because it's at $9. And that's kind of the thing we were talking about Zcash too. Not that we're a fortune teller or anything like that. Not that we have all the, you know, the great trades. We're just looking at all the prices constantly. So it gives us somewhat of an edge when we see prices a little bit peculiar based on the general crypto market, right? Hmm. Ah, it's not coffee in there either, guys, just by the way, in case anybody was asking me or wondering if I'm drinking coffee. The answer is no. I did have a coffee yesterday, uh, yesterday afternoon, but it had been the first coffee I'd had in probably 2 weeks. Anyways, I digress. Let's get back here to the prices. So what was I talking about? Yeah, so Zcash here. Look, so Zcash for the week on native crypto is actually, it's level. It's about, you know, it's like a percentage point up. But look at Zcash right here. This is a 5-day chart, but, you know, not much different. We're down 20% on the Zcash holding trust through Grayscale, right? So we look at some of these products that are tied to these coins and we try to pick and choose data points that look a little bit off, right? That look a little bit, um, you know, not in line with the rest of the crypto market, right? Go back here to the prices. So we kind of saw this with Bitcoin Cash at the beginning of the year when we, you know, charged up, you know, relatively magnified in terms of gains if you looked at it comparatively to the regular crypto market, right? We went up to almost $700. So the same thing with BCHG. So we look at this stuff, and by the way, BCHG guys is now, if you look at the premiums, they have came down. Okay, it came down substantially, and also, you know, while we're talking about Grayscale, broadly, the Grayscale premiums have came down, and now, again, that does not mean they will not go back up. In fact, I think when we do see the initial climb back, whatever that time is, a day from now, a month from now, a decade from now, like I said, I don't know the answer to that. I do believe those premiums will run ahead briefly, and then as we come into a point where a capitulation point is happening with native crypto, I think that you'll see those premiums come back down into a lower threshold than being like we saw back in March. I do believe the premiums were way overpriced in March, and looking back at that, you know, we probably should have, you know, I've been telling you, I'm going to be exiting those Grayscale products to go into more native. That should have been maybe a point in time that we did so, right? Because the premiums were just, they were absurd, okay? Especially on BCHG. They came down quite a bit. And again, that doesn't mean they're going to be staying down. It just means that if we're looking at stuff on a timeline, we have to keep track of everything. That way we're formulating some type of exit plan. If that is the goal on Grayscale, it is for me at least. You know, and that's kind of been my thing here. I've been telling you guys is I'm going to use those Grayscale gains, those magnified Grayscale gains to DCA over crypto into the bear market. That's what I'm going to be doing. So it's kind of my game plan. It might change. I might, you know, I might change that. You know, I've been holding Grayscale for several years now already, you know, through the bear market, through the bull market, you know, I might hold on to them and change my plan again. But where it stands right now, I like to have some type of plan. I don't want to pay long-term capital gains, guys, or short-term capital gains. Though I'm obviously past that point now, but I don't want to start trading like Johnny Whiz Kid as the prices go up and down and catch myself to, with the grayscale guys, there's no way to avoid the tax. You gotta pay it. So if you make absurd gains, you're gonna have to pay absurd taxes if you're trading these things on a short-term basis. Now, long-term capital gains is gonna be a little bit better, obviously. And with crypto, guys, it's kind of a gray area if you're spending it because a lot of times, guys, I'm spending my crypto. So, it doesn't make a lot of sense. It's like, well, are you going to pay taxes on it? Well, yeah, if I go back to Gemini or Robinhood or wherever I cash out, then yes, I will have to pay taxes on that. But if I'm spending my crypto from directly spending it, you're not paying taxes on that because you're spending it as a currency. So, I'm not a tax expert, guys, but it just doesn't make a lot of sense. It's like saying I'm gonna pay taxes on the dollars that I spend. You see how silly that sounds? Doesn't make any sense. It's like, okay, you're already paying sales tax, you're already paying all these other taxes. I'm gonna pay capital gains tax on the dollars I'm spending, the currency that I'm using. It's not. You're not gonna. There's no way to keep track of it, guys. These are decentralized, non-custodial wallets. Not that I'm trying to avoid paying taxes. I mean, if I can avoid paying taxes, I'm gonna try. But I'm not gonna not pay taxes where I have to pay taxes, right? And that's the problem with grayscale. It's not really a problem. It's just one of the things you fall victimized if you're in the crypto space and you're, using magnified premiums on a grayscale play. You're gonna have to pay the piper. It's just gonna be the way it works, right? You're not gonna be able to get out of paying Uncle Sam when they have it pinned to your brokerage account. It's just, you could try, but I wouldn't recommend it. I wouldn't recommend doing that. All right, so let's drop in the chat. Let's see what's there. Say hey to everybody. We got Ron. What's up, my dude? Thanks for leaving the comments recently here. Jury the Wise. What's good? One time. The Bitcoin conference. We'll get into that. We do need to talk about that, Mr. One Time. VCH and Zcash. What's good, Jay? What's good? So, yeah. So let's sidestep to another topic here. So that Bitcoin conference, guys, with Trump, that was the biggest embarrassment for him. I mean, that literally was really bad. Okay, really, really, really bad. I don't know where to start. It was so bad. I mean, some of the numbers he was throwing out with, he said something like 8 billion to bill. Some of the stuff Trump was saying, it mathematically did not make sense. It mathematically did not make sense. So I don't know. I guess we could just say that in general. I was trying to pull up the Bitcoin sneakers that Trump was selling. And Trump's had a history of this, guys. This is just, Trump. This is just normal Trump stuff. But it's like, I think he's done this. He's done this with other products over the years, where he's basically put his name on it, on something, and it's somehow supposed to be, like everything he touches turns to gold. But the whole thing, the only thing that I really liked about the speech, and that might push me into a position to want to go down to the voting office, or the voting, down to the local library to vote, is the fact that he said he was going to pardon Ross Ulbricht. Now, that's pretty huge. I mean, that in itself is pretty big for me, from being a crypto guy to just being a decent human being. I like to think that I have at least compassion, and I mean, this guy's got to get out of prison, guys. He's been, if you guys don't know about Ross Ulbricht, there's a couple documentaries. I think American Greed did a episode on it on Silk Road, but you guys can go back and learn about that. But basically, Ross Ulbricht was basically sentenced to life in prison for creating a dark web marketplace, and they tried to kind of make it seem as if that he was in charge of um, something that was like him being like part of being like a hitman type thing. But if you actually look more into it, you'll see that that really they kind of shadowed that the real thing that he did, which was create the marketplace, and then kind of like make it seem like he was, you know, interwebbed with all this other stuff that led to somebody getting murdered or something like that. I don't remember the exact specifics, but I think it was an American Greed episode with the Silk Road. It's been a while. I need to actually watch it again. But basically, it just wasn't something that would, I mean, it's not something that should have came with that type of sentence. And that's kind of the thing here is because, a lot of times these governments and political people, once they don't like you, you're pretty much fucked. I mean, that's pretty much it. You're pretty much fucked. And I'm not too. I need to, like I said, I need to refresh myself on the story behind that Ross Ulbricht thing. I did, like I said, I did look into it quite a bit. It's been almost 7 years ago. Other than Free Talk Live bringing it up, it's been 7 years since I really looked into it. But I remember it was a bunch of baloney, basically for him, getting the sentence he did. Like I mean, the only thing worse is he was sitting down in Guantanamo Bay. I believe he's in Tucson right now in a prison down there. So it just sucks, right? It's just a bad situation that this guy is sitting in life in prison because he basically, I mean, guys, he was one of the main driving forces that created Bitcoin, not only in commerce but the price influx. The price increase while the Silk Road was happening was probably one of the best use cases for crypto, even though it happened in on the dark web with a lot of things that people would consider illicit or whatnot. It actually opened up the door for something much larger, which was crypto being used in a marketplace. That was kind of the thing. So, yeah, I mean, like I said, that would be the main reason that I would vote, right? And I mean, a lot of people on the channel think I'm a liberal for whatever reason. I don't know why, I don't consider myself a liberal. I don't consider myself a Republican, simply because, like Charles Hoskinson, like we didn't vote for any of these people, guys. This is not how uh, the two people, the Dems and the Republicans, we didn't get those people there. Or we didn't really have a choice of how those people actually we get to vote on got there, right? So it's just kind of something to think about. All right, so I don't really want to go over this, guys. This news stuff. I mean, like, it's just a bunch of honky do. I mean, I hate to say it, but it is. Yeah. So we'll kind of just skip this. We'll kind of jump over here. Phantom rebrands to Sonic Lab. Here's for. There's so many coins out here now, guys. It's just like it's a bit redundant to like go through these alternative markets where we're still trying to get the main stuff off the ground, like user adoption, right? Seems like it's like every time it's like Phantom. It's like, I mean, Phantom's actually been around for a while, but it's like every time you look, there's a new coin. It's like I said, most of these aren't even coins; they're actually tokens, which is the funny part. So let's get on here with the prices real quick here. I do not know why it's so fucking hot here. I don't have an AC in my house. It's like never been hot here. The whole 3 months I've been here. It's been great, perfect, right near the ocean here, but for some reason today the heat is just coming into this place. So if you see me sweating, that is why. All right, so let's just look at some prices real quick here, guys. Again, I've just gotten off what I was doing here and wanted to come on and say hey to everyone since we haven't been on here. So if you guys got anything, drop it in the channel and the chat here. I don't really have a goal in mind other than to have a presence on doing a live because I've been missing everybody in the chat. just simply because we haven't placed ourselves. Dennison, what's good? Clarence, what's good, my guy? Just wanted to come down and just hang out. Just wanted to hang out with everybody. So, I don't have a docketed show like we usually do when when I'm like in the morning time. Just simply because it was kind of a spur of the moment thing. Spur of the moment thing. So, what do you got for me, guys? What do you got? What do you got? What do you got? So, kind of just going off what you guys what's on your mind. Feel free to drop it in the channel. I don't have it's not that I don't have a goal. I just don't have a goal for this particular for chat. There's not too much happening other than Zcash. I saw Grossel coin like I set up. So we're always noticing the prices, guys, just because, that's what I'm interested in. I'm interested in the prices the most, right? So let's take a peek here at Zcash here on the yearly chart. This is what I mean here, guys. So we see the difference in dollars. And let me just tell you what I got going on right here. What I got pulled up on the screen. All right, so just bear with me here. I'll make that a little bit larger for you. So what we have done, what you're looking at is Zcash, the coin, the blockchain, the token, what have you, on the screen. What we're looking at here is on BTC price, right? Because if I look at dollar, look at this. Looks a lot different, right? This is kind of the stuff we used to do on the live streams back when we used to do them at night. We might, I don't know, it might morph into this, which would be pretty badass to have some type of kind of show where we show these type things, because I don't really see a lot of people doing this on the internet. But I just want you to take a peek, guys. Obviously, if you're not driving and you're in a position where you can look at the screen, just take a picture here. Take a picture of what we're doing here, what we're showing you right here. So, it's Zcash on dollars. Okay, it's Zcash on dollars, and as you see, in this whole year, we've been kind of in this zone of just shy of $35, right? Like we had a big dip here where we went down all the way to sub 20, right? And to believe it or not, guys, this was only last month, surprisingly. That's the whole funny part, is that Zcash over the last month has climbed over, I think, close to 60%. I think that would be that 55, 58%. I think that would be the math on that from just last month on dollars. But when we switch the graph, I'll show you here on Ethereum too, to Ethereum price rather than dollars. Now let's check it out on the year. Look, we're actually up on Zcash over the last year on Ethereum. Now, obviously, BTC has climbed, so that would throw the price in a much different direction here. But I just want you guys to understand that on this channel, we're looking at things other than just dollars, because broadly, a lot of crypto coins are doing very good on dollars, all right? Bitcoin Cash, BSB's up for the year. Zcash is up a percentage point or two. There's some coins that are not up hardly at all, like XRP, and some of these coins are kind of just, they're not really up, but they're not down either, which means if you've been buying and accumulating these coins the entire last year, when we start making that initial climb up, that 1, 2, 300% gain, that just really shocks the whole world. And people are like, holy shit, look at crypto again, and that rush comes in. When you're already sitting at 300% up, guys, from the bottom, like on some of these coins, like for instance, Zcash, XRP, these are coins that have not gone down a lot. They've not gone up a lot. They've just been in this volatility of about 30%, that you could actually rationalize a very good game plan if you're coming into crypto. You could have been buying these coins the whole last year. Yeah, sure. Zcash went down 50% for a brief moment, but within the month, it came all the way back up. My point in saying this is, if you've been accumulating these coins all year, when we do that 300% gain or 200% gain, you got to think about this. If you've been getting in these coins all year, you're now up 200% on your investment. Then when the coins start doubling, you're up you're up 400%. Or if it goes up 300% and then it doubles, you're up 600%. Because that's a lot of times how crypto moves is we see an initial climb. Okay, we see an initial climb. You see me waving my hands around. Oh, it goes up, goes down. But we see an initial climb up. And when we see that initial climb up, that is when everybody jumps in, right? That's when a lot of people jump in. But what you got to realize is that if you're already in, that initial climb up is going to propel you 200-300%. When that doubling occurs, you're up double the amount. So you're now up 600% or 400%. You see what I'm saying? Or in some cases, we've seen coins do 20x. But really, the people that got in over the last year on, for instance, Zcash and XRP, when those coins do their initial climb, the people that have been buying the coins over the last year are the ones that really profit the most because they're actually up double, triple, quadruple from when everybody else comes in. I say that in like two sentences, right? There's people that come in and that are up, and then there's the people that come in and then the coin is up. Do you see my point? So if you're already in the positions where the coins are going up, then you're going to be double or triple the amount once that doubling occurs. So that's really, the whole idea about getting in a good coin, getting in a good position, because people that have been following me on the channel that did this with Bitcoin Cash back last July, not this July, last July, and I know people that got in, and if you're watching the show, I'm really happy that you guys and girls profited from this coin, and I hope you're still here because the coin is going to go up more. They got in at sub 100 bucks. So they are now up 300% right now. Do you see what I'm saying? They're up, not a little under 300%, like 250 because it's came down. But at one point, they were up 600%. So can you imagine when Bitcoin like Bitcoin Cash starts going back up to those prices and then it doubles to 1,200? Those people are now up 1,200%. So to get in a good coin, to get in a good position, it takes time to build out those positions. Some people that listened to me back last July, they just got lucky. That doesn't typically happen, especially in crypto. Usually we see the coins go up an initial 100 to 200%, and that's when we actually see people come in, unfortunately. And it's not unfortunate because a lot of times when that happens, the coin doubles from there. I keep saying this word doubling. You're like, well, where are you coming up with these numbers? No, if you go back and you look at the charts, it proves I can prove to you on pretty much most mineable coins that this is the case, right? You've seen it. You've seen it if you've been in crypto. You've seen Litecoin at 200 bucks. You've seen Bitcoin Cash at 1,200 bucks. So it's not like we can guarantee it, but we can kind of guarantee it because the people that are, watching this channel that are going, okay, maybe I'll look into this. Maybe I'll buy some of these Zcash coins. Like, how are you doing? You guys are doing pretty damn good, I think. I mean, like, even if you're just getting in over the last year, if you've been buying every dip on Zcash over the last year, you're not only up on dollars, more importantly, like I said, you're actually up on Ethereum. You're not up on Bitcoin yet, but I think that we'll see that come in time. But like I said, you're up double your investment, which means if you would have bought Zcash into this bearish, and not bearish, but into this dip, we're not looking at dollars, we're looking at Ethereum. Follow me here. You're now up double your Ethereum amount. So it's a lot of people don't look at it like this. They say, oh, all I care about is dollars. If you adjust all the cryptos for inflation adjusted gains, you'll see that there are coins that are doing a hell of a lot better than you think. Because these coins are running ahead, not only running ahead, way ahead of inflation, but they're running ahead of Ethereum. Not literally running ahead, meaning we're taking two different data points, and we're trying to manipulate these points to try to see where the gains are going to be, that are going to basically be the biggest gains, right? That's kind of the goal. We don't want, I'm not looking for 100 to 200% gains, guys. That's why when coins like BSB go to 120 bucks down to 40, I'm kind of like, whatever, I've been here before. It's not a big deal. If I go up 200%, what am I back at 120? A lot of times, 200% is a lot for a lot of people. And like I said, I'm not even in the green on some of these coins. So, that's kind of my take on it, guys. I'm not looking for to beat dollars. I already know that a lot of coins are already beating dollars. So I'm trying to put myself in positions that the coins will outperform the crypto market per se, aka outperform BTC, outperform Ethereum. Like I said, Zcash over the last year is now outperforming Ethereum in terms of the gains against Ethereum. Right? We just saw it on the chart. It's right there. So if anybody's just tuning in or just jumping into the chat, I'm not sitting here saying Zcash is better than Ethereum. ETH is going to zero. No, and I'm not saying any of that stuff. I'm not on here saying BTC is going to go to zero. I'm not saying that either. I would love to see Bitcoin BTC to keep going up. I don't have any biases against Ethereum or BTC or vice versa. I'm just trying to get you guys to understand that the opportunity for me, I'm looking for big opportunity. I'm not just looking for opportunity against dollars. I already know as a crypto guy that we're doing pretty damn good against dollars, right? Broadly, not even just in a handful of coins, broadly, a lot of coins. I would say even maybe it would be a fair statement to say most coins are doing better than US dollars because the charts say that. That's a great thing about mathematics and the charts. I don't have to question the charts when I see it. That's why I like looking at this stuff, because I can mathematically with absolute certainty say I don't know how it's happening, but it is happening, right? We're looking at it right here. And like I said, if you guys are just tuning in, that is the chart of Zcash and Ethereum against Ethereum. So, and a lot of this is just since July. I mean, that's the craziest part about it, is like, holy shit, this is only since July, which is just freaking crazy, guys. It just shows you how fast some of these smaller market cap altcoins, and again, we're not talking about every altcoin. This isn't going to be a criteria that's a one size fits all. It's just a different way of looking at it to say, hey, there might be some opportunity in these smaller market cap tokens or coins that have a lower market cap. I don't know what Zcash market cap is, but it's not even $1 billion, guys. It's 500 million. So, it's kind of a risk, right? A lot of people say, well, that's too risky, but the high risk coins are going to be the coins that are going to bring in the dough. It's going to bring in the dollars. It's going to money print. It's going to money print on top of other coins, not literally, but those are going to be the bigger gain coins, right? Is when we see Zcash go to $2-3 billion, because if it's at $500 million now, well, like, what do we go 5x? Well, what are we at? 3 billion? You see what I'm saying? So it's still a small market cap coin. We saw a small market cap coin like BSV hit $1 billion. Like, that's not a lot of money. Like when you start looking at how much money is out there chasing some of these coins, right? I think Zcash is going to be a couple $1,000 coin, guys. I know it sounds crazy because we're sitting at fucking what, $30, but I don't think it's going to be $1,000 coin or over $1,000 coin. For one thing I want to be certain of it, I don't think it's going to be $1,000 coin by any specific time. Right? I don't want to put a specific time on it, because the thing is when I do that and then it doesn't pan out, people are like, oh, you said this, you said that, but you got to think about it like this, guys. If Zcash is up over 58% in the last month, what are we at here? Let me pull up the chart. Let's let the mathematics talk. We don't need to hear this guy on YouTube. Guys, we're up 75% on Zcash. Okay, we're up 75% on Zcash in the last month. Now again, on the year chart, we're barely up. We're up a mere 10%. So you throw that volatility factor in with the fact that we're up 75%. So let me give you another thing. Let me throw this out there. What if we go up another 75%? What is that going to put us at? What is that going to put us at? That's going to put us at what? Around 50 bucks? Close to 50 bucks? Okay. If we double from there, okay, now we're throwing out crazy numbers here. It's like, now we're talking about going up 170%. Listen to what I'm saying here. The coins, have you noticed when the coins get up higher in price and they've already done the bigger jump, that's when people want to get in. We saw it with Solana over the last year and a half. Nobody wanted to buy Solana at $9, but hell, everybody on the internet wanted to buy it at 180, 190. And what did we tell you? We told you here on the channel that everybody started buying Solana over $180. And that is exactly what happened, guys. Most people jumped in at Solana at $200 from $9. From $9, guys. Come on. So my point is if people want to play that game, then all Zcash has to do is climb up to like 100, 200 bucks. You see what I'm saying here? Everybody was buying Solana at $200. A year and a half ago, nobody was talking about Solana other than us on the channel. Obviously, I say that in a humorous way. There were obviously people talking about it. Nobody I heard of on the internet was telling anybody to buy. Nobody there were people out there telling. All right, I don't know to what caliber you guys consider this channel and their channel and how you compare it, but there wasn't a lot of people. I think we can all agree there. There wasn't a ton of people telling the general public, hey, buy Solana, it's $9. I said don't buy it. And I said if you guys are gonna buy it, it's at $9. We covered it back when it hit $9. Go back and watch the video. Look for a video a year and a half back with a Solana graphic, and I can guarantee you with 100% certainty we said if you're gonna buy Solana, you should probably buy it. We talked about it at $9 and $12. And I'm not saying that to toot my own horn. I'm just trying to give you a hypothetical that you can apply to other coins like Zcash, right? A mineable coin, which in my opinion has a lot more to offer than Solana does. All right, I'm just giving you an example. So nobody wanted to buy Solana at $9, but we saw every YouTuber on the internet telling you Solana is the one. Buy Solana at $200. And what do we see? We saw Solana go back up under 150, and now it's creeped back up to, I don't know where it's at, 170, 180 bucks. My point is people will come into these coins once the prices already jump up. Now, do I think Solana's garbage? Yes, I do. Do I think people that are holding it are making a bad investment for a trade? No. I think Solana is actually going to go up in price, which is actually kind of contradictory to those two trains of thought, right? But my point behind that is like, if Solana goes back up to 200 and then it goes to 400, all those people that came into Solana at 200 now all of a sudden are investment experts on Solana because they just doubled their money. But really, the people that got into Solana at $9 are already up. Now they're up like what, 35x now if they jumped in at 10 or 12 bucks and they rode it to 400. Solana will probably do that, right? Solana would actually probably do that, even though I don't think it's a good coin. I think it's a crappy coin because every time I've logged into a wallet while Solana's going up, the network is down apparently. You can't get out of the coin. So my point is behind some of that, those ideas are, how are you going to get out of it? How are you going to get out of these coins? That's why I like a lot of these coins that we're talking about here. You can get in and out of them. You can spend them. You can exit a position. Even though they don't have a lot of liquidity, some of them, like Zcash doesn't have a crazy amount of liquidity in terms of like the volumes that Solana does. I think we can all agree that a lot of these volumes on a lot of these coins are fucking bullshit already. So I think that Zcash is just a one coin, guys, that I think is going to do well. I think there's going to be a variety of coins that do well. But, I think that the opportunity comes with some of the risk that if you look at some of this stuff and you follow what we're talking about here on the channel, you'll see that Zcash has already been at $700 or $600. Bitcoin Cash has already been at $1,200. It's been higher, but we talk about, from last bull run, where are we at with these? Well, what's the price? I think Zcash actually last bull run went closer to 300, but it's about getting into a coin early. Okay, that's what I'm about. I don't want to get into a coin that's already up a lot, right? It's the whole reason we didn't jump into Casper, is because it's hard for me to rationalize going in on an investment or to make my currency that I'm going to spend a coin that is already up hundreds, or if not, in the case of Solana, thousands of percents, right? It's hard for me to rationalize that because, for one, it's not logical, right? You don't jump in on investments when they're hundreds of percents already up. You might say, well, it just, look at BTC, it just keeps going up. Yeah, that's great until it doesn't. And that's the thing, is like a lot of people make that assertion and then they, so Solana's up $500. So, I mean, it's $22. But if you go back behind that just a little bit farther, you'll see that Solana went down to $9. So those people are already up quite a bit, right? Those people are up quite a bit. I say those people, there's probably not a lot of people. That's what I'm saying. There's actually not a lot of people actually up that amount, because we want to get into a coin before the price manipulation happens, right? That's the best way to do it. A coin, you're trying to get the most buying power out of the coin. You get in the coin before the price manipulation happens. That way, when the manipulation has already happened, you're already sitting a couple 100% up. So when that crowd of people comes in, you're now up thousands of percents, because you're already up in some cases 200-300% on your coin. When the people come in, guys, you can guarantee it's going to go up another 200-300% from that point. But if you're already up 200-400% in some cases, you got to times those gains by 2, guys. It's a basic math formula. Get in before the coins go through that price manipulation point, because a lot of coins go through that because there's so much money that comes into crypto at one given point. The altcoins, it just flows into the altcoins almost just naturally. It just happens, right? There's so many trading pairs pinned to Bitcoin that it just starts triggering buy and sell orders on all the exchanges, and it flows in organically to all these altcoins. So it's not really, there's not really another investment out here like this, guys, like cryptocurrency. I mean, you could kind of say that, the options, buying call orders, using some of those buy and call strategies, like you'd be using the strategy application to options plays. It wouldn't just be like, oh, I'm going to buy a call order on a stock. It would be like, okay, I'm going to buy a straddle position on a put or something. You hear about all these hedge funds that are building out all these option strategies. So they really make money as the stock goes up or down, right? And that's kind of the same thing with crypto. Is these exchanges have all these buy and sell orders mathematically in place, where they kind of know what is going on in some of these smaller market cap tokens. Not specifically Zcash. I'm not saying any specific one. I'm saying in a general scope. But what happens is when there's so many people coming into the space, it throws all that stuff off. The mathematics they're not able to fight how many people are coming in at one point. So it throws some of these trading pairs into directions that bring in 20-30x gains. There's been people in crypto that make these type gains. Last cycle, guys, I went up 12 to 15x. I was up 1,200-1,500%. I mean, that was just on Grayscale. On my native crypto, I think I was up I think around the same. I think it was up around the same. Because, like I said, if you get in before the price manipulation happens, you're untouchable. You're untouchable because your gains are going to be so much more than if you're coming into something that's already up. You know, the exchanges have to do this. They have to give the feeling of euphoria to the guy that's coming in for the first time. Right? It has to happen. It has to be this way. If there's a hot market on a specific coin, a lot of people have to make money on that specific coin for them to get excited about it, right? Solana's got to, if everybody piles into Solana at $200, it's got to go to 400 because the exchanges and Solana has to make it seem as if everybody that came into that coin has made a great investment, right? So you're now up double your money. Okay, you made 100% gain. What about the guy who came in at $9 and now they're at 400 bucks? They're up 37x, 38x, or wherever you got in. They're up a lot more. The gains are so much more. All right, it's not even in the same ballpark of gains. So that's what I'm trying to get you guys to understand here on the channel is that just because a coin that we're talking about today is not going up every single second of every single day does not mean it's not a good play. It's not a good coin. All right. For one, all the coins we're talking about here on the channel all fall into the same category. They're all mineable. They all have a capped supply. You know, I mean, that is a lot. I mean, you sit there saying, well, okay, well, what does that have to do with, Solana and my Pokemon token or all these? Well, yeah, dumbass, there's no cap supply in any of those. Meaning the price manipulation there is no end to it. The end to the price manipulation on these mineable finite supply coins is one of two ways. The first way is the coins are not on the exchange. People are bringing them off the exchange, meaning there's less coins to manipulate the price. Also, there's not just like one person holding the coins. A lot of you not notice, a lot of these tokens everybody's jumping in, there is literally, we used to look it up on CoinMarketCap all the time, which they took that function down. I don't know why. Maybe they saw our video and were like, holy shit, these people are onto something, but we could literally see, go back and watch my video, my #1 video on the channel, ChatGPT or CryptoGPT is a scam. We were literally looking at the wallet distribution list and it was like 9 wallets. So you're telling me that the coin of the year, the coin to buy, the majority of supply is hanging out between 9 wallets, 9 fucking people? Not going to happen. Not going to happen. We're not going to waste our time. So what we do waste our time with is trying to grind into people's heads that the price of a coin that has a capped supply that is mineable is 100 million times better than everything else that you're going to hear about. Just by those two things alone, you could say, oh, well, it had a pre-mine. Dude, that was like 7 years ago. Okay, don't you think by the price now, it's ran its course on that notion? So let's throw that argument out the window because that's garbage. That just those 2 points, if you guys can sink that in, that you can gain that just those 2 points, well, it makes the coin better than 99% of the stuff out there. Just if it falls into that category, if it's mineable and it has a capped supply, that already eliminates 99% of the scammy nature that is on all these other coins. And I'm not saying that some of these coins we're talking about have lower volumes, they have lower market cap. So yes, that opens the door for price manipulation. What I'm also saying is that it is a lot less likely, right? And it might be like, oh, well, now you're just saying that crypto is a scam and that the coins that we're talking about here are less scammy than the other ones. And yes, that is exactly what I'm saying. Most cryptos are scams. Most. The ones that we're talking about, however, are not, because they fall under a certain category, and we've established a couple different key metrics and data points that we can look at over time and find out that, holy shit, what we're saying is actually true because of this criteria. It's not based on somebody controlling a supply. It's based on mathematics that is built into the protocol. None of these other tokens have mathematics, guys. The only mathematics they have are the buy and sell orders that they're creating, the buy and order books that they're putting on the exchanges. Past that, there's no mathematics behind the actual token. In the case of Zcash, Bitcoin Cash, that's the opposite. There is mathematics based behind the token. There's anything from the economical cost it costs to mine these coins to how many coins are in circulation based on how many coins are actually on the exchanges. Now, if these coins we were talking about, somebody could press a button and create new tokens, that's going to be a scam, guys. That's why we don't talk about it. That's why you don't see me on here talking about coins that are the flavors of the week, because it doesn't make sense to. There's no fucking point, because we all know how those coins are going to end up. You might say, well, oh, your coin's stuck. Well, if you look at the coins that we're talking about and where this channel will be in the next 5-10 years, and wherever all these other goober heads are talking about with all these other coins and flavor of the weeks, look at where they're at in 10 years, and you tell me if we got it right. Because I would say that I don't need to trust what somebody says. I don't need you guys and girls to even trust what I say. I mean, I like to think you do. I like to trust the math. That's what I like to trust. And the math on these other tokens, that what we're not talking about, it's a fraud, guys. It's just a simple fraud. So, we've seen it a dozen times over. We could go down the rabbit hole on Plus Token, on BitConnect, on fucking, there's tons of these things. There's tons of these coins that have no math. There's no math to back up the reason that people are seeing a coin go up. They say, oh, it's up now. The coin's up now. Now I want to buy it. But the problem is there's no math to back it up. When the coins that we're talking about have that same application, because people, for some reason, they like to buy coins at a higher price once the coins start going up, I won't start buying again. It's just human nature. The difference is the coins that we're talking about have mathematics behind them that guarantee something is to happen. The mathematics on these other coins that everybody else is talking about, all that does is open up the door for the people that create it to manipulate the price more and to basically take all those profits from you. So that's it. It's not a debatable topic. It's just math. That's the beauty behind crypto. 99% of them are crap. The 1%, for one, it's the majority of the market cap. Is that for one right now? It's BTC, but BTC coin and all the coins we're talking about here on the channel. I mean in like a hypothetical term. 1% of coins, the mineable finite supply coins, are going to be the ones that are here a decade from now, while all the other ones are a BitConnect memory or a Plus Token memory. Just basic math, guys. It's just basic math. So let me see what you guys are saying here. We'll wrap it up here. I don't have time to teach everybody math, but I think if you know what I mean, you know what I mean, right? So we answered the price on Zcash. I do think it's going to go upwards over $1,000. Do you believe in longs or shorts? I don't have a clue. So the term long and short is just a definitive term based on it's just a financial term that traders use to describe the position that they want to go. Like if they want to go short on a position, that can mean kind of two different things. They just want to take a short-term interest position in a specific stock or crypto. Now, if you're talking about shorting an actual stock or shorting an actual crypto, that's a little bit different, because that's going to be, you're anticipating the price to go down. Therefore, you borrow stocks or shares from a broker or a broker dealer or a crypto exchange with the anticipation of those shares, the price dropping. You basically borrow this is what happens. You basically borrow stocks or coins. You sell them, and then the price drops like you think. You buy those coins or those stocks, and then you return it to the person you borrowed from or the exchange you borrowed from. You keep the difference. That's what shorting is. But if you're going long on a position, when people say, I want to go long on a crypto coin or I want to go long on a stock, they're basically anticipating it's exactly what it says by definition. They want to take a long term. They think that's what they want to do. They want to take a long-term position on the actual asset that they're trying to invest in, right? So it's just don't try to focus too much on the terms here with crypto, because crypto is actually a lot different. And I would say if you guys want to trade crypto, the more advanced traders that are trading on Wall Street, they're actually not trading coins. They're actually trading derivatives products and leveraged trading products like for instance, like Binance has a leveraged futures BSV market, right? Like those are going to be more for trading. Like if you're trying to be in crypto, you got to learn first why we're here. I mean, that's the main thing. That's what everybody seems to fucking forget most of the time. And that's why they always leave. That's why they always get washed out. And that's why every cycle, the crypto does the same thing. It gains a ton of action, and then 99% of those people are gone. And you're left with the 1% of people like me still here talking about it. So that is kind of the difference. Like if you're doing short positions or long positions in crypto, I think it's more practical to use some of the leverage products. There's so many now at this point. It makes more sense because if you're that confident in your trade, you can build out strategies where you can short and long positions and profit based on the strategy rather than just the one position. That's what Wall Street does, guys. Wall Street is not like the most savvy traders are not just buying a call. People say, "Oh, well, I'm an options trader, a day trader. I'm an options day trader. I'm an options trader." Like, no, you're not. I mean, 99% of those people are, but the 1% of people that are, they're not just buying a call order. They're buying they're buying a call and a put order. They're building out a strategy to profit. That whole strategy, not just the call order, the put, right? You hear people, I've met people that are like, "Oh, I'm an options trader," and they're doing like putting like a put order on an options play, or they're putting a call order and they think they're an options trader. Savvy options traders, guys, are building out strategies just the same way in crypto. People that are trading crypto are using derivative products to build out strategies. They're not just simply like doing, "Oh, I'm doing a leverage." Like I've heard YouTubers say that, "Oh, I'm going on a leverage trade." Like that's just making a trade. You're not really building a strategy, right? So yeah. So again, shorts are when you borrow. So simply, and we'll wrap it up here. Shorts are just when you anticipate a crypto going down in price. Let's say I think let's just, or a stock. Let's use a stock for example. Let's say I anticipate Apple going to drop in price. So what do? I borrow Apple stock, immediately sell it because I think it's going to go down in price. Hopefully it does go down in price or I lose. I have to fucking cover that fucking margin or wherever I borrowed it from. Or it just comes out of my brokerage account. So I borrow the stock. The stock does what I think it's going to do. It drops. I buy those shares that I borrowed. I return it to who I borrowed them from, and then I keep the difference. That is what shorting is. A long position is the same as the definitive name, long. You're going long on a position. Your whole strategy is built on the long. You don't think it's going to drop. You think it's going to go up. Then you think it's going to go up, like I said, long. So you're going to be building that strategy out to apply the long position. Just like if you think it's going to drop in the short term, you're going to take a short position. The same thing in crypto. Just when you're borrowing, I've never shorted, never done shorts on crypto. So I'm not exactly sure where you borrow the coins from, but I would be very, very cautious with that because the thing with crypto is it's not like For one, stocks, especially these bigger, um, these bigger market cap stocks, like you're gonna have to have a lot of money to do that with stocks because the shares are so expensive, right? But with coins, you got to be careful because those crypto exchanges that you're likely borrowing the coins from, they are also building the product for you to make that trade, meaning you're not likely going to win unless you're really fucking good at it. So I don't recommend it. I don't recommend, I don't recommend trading crypto, um, in short positions. I mean, if you want to trade, maybe take a long position out on some coins, or if you want to trade, like I said, I would do some of the derivative products, which the derivative products are just uh, leveraged strategies that you can either buy that are already pre-built strategies. Like sometimes you see these stocks that offer the same thing. It's like an ETF that offers short exposure or covered call strategies based on you just buying the ETF, which I think those are pretty fucking weird. But I'm just saying, if you apply that to crypto, those exist as well, right? Grayscale just came out with one. It's called BTC, the ticker. Did you guys see that? All right, guys, we'll wrap it up here. I think that's all I got tonight. All right. So appreciate everybody coming down. Elisa, Big Ben, Ron, Clarence, Jay, my boy Jay, Mr. Fool, Maz, what's good? Jury of the Wise. Uh, let's see, Wonton, what's good, man? What's good? All right, guys. So appreciate you guys coming in. Yeah, Maker. I actually saw that Maker is one of the, people are talking about it being one of the most highly uh, underrated coins. And honestly, Maker's got, from what I heard last, Maker has a ridiculous amount of coins locked. Like, as in, it's like, I think maybe even at the very top. So it's something to watch out for as we move into, some of these prediction markets and things like that. All right, guys, that's all I got. I'll talk to you later. Take care.